From downtown Wheeling, West Virginia, we welcome you inside the WesBanco Arena. It is day one of the 2026 Mountain East Conference Men's Basketball Championship presented by the Health Plan. Travis Jones joined by former West Liberty women's basketball coach and Hall of Famer Lynn Ullum joins us on the telecast tonight. We start the men's half of the brackets tonight. As you see, the 7-seed Frostburg State 14-14 overall against the number 10 seed West Virginia State, the Yellowjackets from Institute, 8-20 on the year. 4-16 in the Mountain East Conference. And Coach, you see Brian Poor, 27th season. It's been a memorable year for him for a lot of reasons. West Virginia State dealt with just an unthinkable tragedy back in December with the loss of Ishmael Smith, one of their players on their roster. And since then, it's just been health injuries and battling a roster. Only 2 players that have played in all 28 games this season for West Virginia State.
Yeah, it's just they are so snake-bitten, and it starts with the tragedy, which is unimaginable, and then it just gets worse as the season goes along. So Coach Poor, who's been around a long time, I'm sure he's struggled.
Absolutely. 439 wins on the season, won 3 West Virginia Conference Tournament championships and trying to pull the upset here. Winner of this game gets the number 2 seed Fairmont State, who Frostburg just saw in the final game of the regular season. But this is a great Bobcat basketball team. High-scoring conference, one of the top scoring conferences in the country, and they've got one of the top scorers in the country in Trey Simmons, the sophomore from Gaithersburg, Maryland, averaging 23 points per game.
He's special. I had a chance to see him live twice, and he's special. He would have been good in any era.
Yeah, Trey Simmons right now on the floor. Greeting the commissioner of the Mountain East Conference, Reed Amos, and being awarded with the Offensive Player of the Year honor here in the Mountain East Conference. Again, 23 points per game, and he's the type of guy that you can have an off night and give you 25, 26 points. So he's fun to watch, and certainly we're going to enjoy watching him tonight. All right, let's listen in now. Dave Flatley, the voice of the WesBanco Arena.
Ishmael was a young man, teammate, and friend who positively impacted everyone around him. His thoughtfulness, generosity, and spirit will always be remembered. In recognition of his impact on the Yellowjackets program and in the community, his number 8 jersey has been retired and now hangs in the rafters at West Virginia State University. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take a moment to reflect his life. Extend compassion to his family and friends and teammates, and the entire West Virginia State community. Ladies and gentlemen, let's pause for a moment of silence. Thank you. And now would you please rise as we honor America.
Moment of silence for Ish Smith, the junior from Riverdale, Maryland. Starting lineups in the tip-off from Wheeling. Next.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come. Go wild.
Everybody come clap your hands. Don't you know when you dance, you've got to smile or you can't cry. Try it a while.
Tuning into the 7 Sports Zone for March Madness coverage? Smart. Trying to play basketball blindfolded? Dumb. But at least I tuned into the 7 Sports Zone and got March Madness coverage all month long.
Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd. Your franchise doesn't win big games. Kyrie and Steph cancel each other out. Our show doesn't sound like anything else on the dial. It attracts smarter fans, and it makes for a livelier show. LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time. I'm your favorite fan. You're very talented. You're the best.
Take me there. Why?
The home of The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Fox Sports Wheeling, 1400 AM and 103.9 FM.
All right, 7-10 matchup tonight, Frostburg State and West Virginia State. Our first of two opening round men's games tonight. Had two ladies games from earlier today here at the Mountain East Conference Tournament. Third meeting between these teams, Yellowjackets and Bobcats. You go back to January the 3rd, and it was Frostburg State coming out with a 78-76 win down at Institute in Frostburg back in early February. An easy Bobcat victory, 95-79 was the final score, as West Virginia State really struggled away from home this season. All right, starting lineups for both these ball clubs. We talked about Trey Simmons. There you see him, number 3, Frostburg State, along with the Whippen brothers from Arlington, Virginia. Kyle and Chase, both averaging in double figures. DJ Daniel also at 17 points per game, and the point guard is a freshman from Canton, Ohio. Mitch Finnefrock averaging 17 points per contest. Meanwhile, Lynn, you look at this Yellow Jacket basketball team. Again, changing lineups, but the one guy that's been very consistent all year for them is the junior from Beaumont, Texas, and Jalen Subject, averaging 15 points per contest.
Yes, absolutely. He's been one of the bright spots.
All right, so Frostburg State, let's talk about them a little bit. Averaging 91 points per game. We talked about Simmons and his scoring acumen. Their problem has been defensively. If you look at their 14 losses on the year, in 12 of those, they've given up 90 or more points, and they've had a very difficult time for Zach Thomason, the second-year head coach, stopping straight-line drives.
Yeah, they've just really struggled. Some of those numbers are due to how fast they play. They are second in the conference in scoring at almost 92 points a game, but at some point you got to get stops in crunch time.
All right, strap in. This should be up and down affair as Kyle Whippen stands in the jump circle. As Hassan Belkadar, the junior from France, in there as well, as the Yellow Jackets in black and the Bobcats of Frostburg State in white. And we are ready to go. Second seed Fairmont State awaits the winner. Tip is one of the backcourt by the Yellow Jackets of West Virginia State. And they'll attack the front court. Frostburg will start out in the man defense. There's Subject. Talked about him just a moment ago. Kicks it out for a jumper for 3 that's off the mark. No good. Missed by Andrew Smith, graduate from Milton, West Virginia. And right to the basket goes Simmons. Leaves it off the rim. Ball poked out of bounds, and it'll go the way of the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, if you're a spectator, if you've never sat courtside, Simmons is a blur. He is a blur.
Josh White, the head of this MEC officiating crew, here tonight in Wheeling. Again, first of 2 games here tonight on the men's side on the MEC Digital Network. Next game tipping at 8:30 tonight. Runner, floating shot, no good. Missed for State on their first attempt. Got a rebound, DJ Daniel kicks it out to the trailer. Simmons for 3, got it. 49th 3 of the season for Trey Simmons.
That's how you lead the league in scoring. He can score at all levels.
Breaks the ice for the Bobcats, 3-0 lead for Frostburg, and a shot over Whippen is missed by Trey Harris. DJ Daniel finds Chase Whippen. He pulls up, right block, can't get it to fall. Rebound poked out, taken by the Yellow Jackets. Belkadar, nice little Euro step. He is from France, misses that one, and Harris falls it up and in.
Yeah, Harris is a pretty good player. He's active and gets rewarded for the effort with an easy putback.
All right, Simmons brings it into the front court. Looking inside early there, but didn't get the ball to Kyle Whippen, and he's kind of one of those new age 6'9" guys. He can play with his back to the basket. He also can step out on the perimeter and shoot threes.
Yeah, It's amazing how you just do not see many classic post-up players anymore.
Yeah, particularly in this league, we've always seen, guys that play in the 4 and 5 spot that can play really at all levels of the floor. Bonifrock misses on that 3.
He doesn't miss that many. That was a good look.
Yeah, one of the best three-point shooters in the league. 93 makes on the year, and we'll get our first whistle of the game. Going to go on Trey Simmons. Good job there by Belknadar to kind of back him down and draw the contact. All right, product from France, 73% free throw shooter on the season.
Travis, you look at the stats and you think State is struggling offensively because they're 9th in the league in scoring, and then you look, they're scoring 82 points a game.
Yeah, this has been consistently the top, if not the top, the second highest scoring league in the country, and really on the women's side as well.
Yes.
Of course, Glenville State for many years helped raise that average up. There's the pass inside to Kyle Whippen, and he'll be fouled by Jalen Subject. And, well, Kyle Whippen, your classic journeyman, started at Fairmont State, spent some time at Kutztown on the PSAC, then went to Shippensburg and came back to Frostburg from University of Texas Permian Basin.
Welcome to modern age basketball.
Yep, that's right. And Kyle misses on the first. We'll have a second.
We were talking with a couple friends last week how senior nights are so different now. You just don't see a lot of kids that are there 4 and 5 years.
Tied 4-3, Frostburg's lead. Got to 1. Neither team going to the bench early. Don't expect a whole lot of subs from either side. Frostburg's really shortened their bench in the second half of the season, playing 7 in their last game of the regular season. Shot clock down to 3. Subject mid lane, tough fade. Left it short, offensive rebound for State. Stick back up and in. And that follow-up is good for Blake Goodman. DJ Daniel misses that one, front lip of the rim for 3. Yellowjackets with the lead and the ball. Belknadar, tough shot from 15, knocks it in over top of Whippen.
That is a tough shot, right off of the dribble.
First field goal for Belknadar to miss at the rim by DJ Daniel. So the Yellowjackets with a 3-point lead. Good start here for State. Ball deflected and stolen by DJ Daniel. Finds Trey Simmons, center of the floor. Scoops it over, and that's Chase Whippen with his first field goal.
Love that. The leading scorer in the league, instead of going to the rim, dishes for the easy one.
They're going to draw a lot of attention when number 3 goes in the lane. Step back, Subject 3, buries it.
State couldn't ask for a better start in this game, and that's important. They really need it to get off to a great start.
Yeah, 4 minutes and some change gone, and Simmons has been held to 3 points, and Frostburg 6, and now it's 8 as Kyle Whippen muscles his way down inside, cuts the lead to 2. Harris, good job by Bonifrock to cut him off and steal the ball.
Yeah, great job moving his feet and got strong and got the strip.
Inside to Chase Whippen. Works it out to Simmons. Frostburg looking to tie or retake the lead. Simmons loses the handle momentarily. Trying to get the blow by Subject. Nice reverse layup. Couldn't get the shot to fall. Belknadar with the rebound.
Good job of staying clean and not fouling on a tough shot.
Jalen Subject, one of 2 players on the State roster this year from Beaumont, Texas. Shot blocked at the rim. Daniel, nice step through layup, good.
They're scary in transition.
You don't want to run with them, that's for sure. And that's a little change in the DNA, I think, for Brian Poor's ball club. As State has always been a run and gun team, but sometimes you get outrun and outgunned. Belkadar in the corner for three, short. Rebound taken by DJ Daniel. Trying to break the tie, stops in transition. Chase Whippin's going to take it in there, cut off nicely by Goodman. Works it out to Daniel. Jab step three. Rattles in and out, no good. Loose ball rebound. Gobbled up by Andrew Smith.
State's done a good job on the defensive glass here early.
West Liberty transfer. Works it around the arc to Harris. Ala Belkadar. And the jumper for three on the lefty. Goodman miss. Ball taken down by Frostburg, and the Bobcats going to walk it up. Daniel 15 on the clock to Whippin. Little screen set, and it may have been slightly illegal. Fenifrock got away with it.
Yeah. It's hard screen to defend, too, when a guard is screening for a post.
Yeah, you're right. He kind of got lost in there, and I may not have seen that he was moving a bit. Here's subject, step back three, no good. And Brian Poor's not going to like the shot selection. Frostburg into the front court. Daniel on the crossover. Finds Chase Whippin, back to Daniel. Now he's going to hoist a three, and that one goes for DJ Daniel, the redshirt freshman.
They're just hard to guard because they got three guys on the perimeter that can knock that shot down, and it extends your defense.
9-0 run right now for Frostburg. As Brian Poor playing it through here. We're in a break zone, and the ball lost by Belkadar, picked up by Chase Whippin, gets it over to Simmons. Simmons to the basket, lays it up, and good. And Brian Poor could wait no longer. Has to take the timeout. Frostburg on an 11-0 run, and the Bobcats have forged ahead of West Virginia State by 7. 12:47 remaining first half. Mountain East Conference Tournament presented by the Health Plan. We'll be back in a moment on the MEC Digital Network.
Trying to find where you fit in the world can be challenging. But then there's a moment where it all comes together. And that moment happens at Point Park University. Career-focused programs converge with a vibrant downtown campus to prepare you for work and life. From experienced professors and internships to culture and job opportunities, you'll get the best of both worlds. Point Park University, where it all comes together.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Run for Frostburg over the last three and some change. State's missed their last 4 field goals, and the lead is 7. And, Coach, I think State a little impatient offensively. 2 quick shots. I know that they want to run, and Frostburg's kind of trying to invite them into a running game, but I think the Yellowjackets have to try to keep this as low scoring as possible.
Yeah, it just goes to show we were talking how State got out to the start that they wanted, and then you look up an 11-0 run in about 2 minutes.
Important possession right here for State. Out of that timeout, try to right the ship, and good defensive play there. Zane McCarty is checked in. 6'1 junior from Charleston, played at George Washington High School, then at Fork Union. And got it with the back of his hand. Little Canal Valley matchup there. He and Andrew Smith. Here's a dump down, shot off the rim, no good. Trey Harris, State's leading scorer at 17 points per game. Unable to find it on that one.
Trey Simmons did a really nice job there of contesting the shot and not fouling.
Here's McCarty into the corner. Christopher Meekin. So I mentioned at the top that Frostburg has not been going that deep into the bench. Meekin and McCarty have been the two subs off the bench. DJ Daniel, step back, NBA range three, swish right down the middle of the one on the ticker.
That's why people didn't want to draw Frostburg in this tournament.
Well, that's why Daniel and Simmons are a nice pair, because you can't concentrate on one because Daniel can hurt you as well, and that's what's happening right now. Great job by Subject, muscled his way in there and willed it up and in.
Yes, he did, left hand.
That breaks up the 14-0 run. McCarty, open three on the feed from Whippen. Rebound Meekin. Works it out to Daniel. Fresh 20 here for Frostburg. Bobcats lead by 8. Simmons penetrates, splits defenders, floating shot up, no good. Meekin with another tip out, but Daniel can't collect it on the sideline as he goes down. He'll be helped up by Christopher Meekin. Ball will go to State.
Travis, I was at the West Liberty at Frostburg game. Frostburg had them down 20 with 17 minutes left. And it was an impressive showing. When they've got it going, their shot selection can be questionable at times, but when they have it going, talent overrules the shot selection.
Yeah, that was late in the season, and, you know, to your point, but then the old defensive bugaboo caught up with Frostburg, and, you know, West Liberty, as they do, they found a way to come back and win that game close. Here's Harris, left elbow. Gives it over to Bryson Smith, the freshman from Cross Lanes, West Virginia, who's seen some playing time here late in the season. Drive all the way to the basket, and there is Jalen Subject. He's got great strength.
Yes, that was not an easy finish. Got that high on the glass.
He can get where you don't want him to go. And Subject worked his way all the way in there, and he is starting to heat up here. Back-to-back baskets and 7 points for the junior from the Lone Star State. Here's Kyle Whippen, and Whippen was bound and determined to get that one off his waistband and up. And a good job there by State to time up. Arrow will leave it with Frostburg.
Nice job by State here showing a little bit of a double. You know, again, Frostburg's hard to double because they got the talent on the perimeter, but really nice job that time.
All right, 8 on the clock. They find Whippen cutting down the lane, and he lays it up and in. I saw him his freshman year when he played at Fairmont State, and he really was just a perimeter three-point shooter. And his game has matured, you know, over the quite a long time he's been in college. That was the COVID year. There's a jumper missed inside. Ball taken down by Simmons. Ball stolen. As Chase Whippen tried to underhand it there and gave it right to Andrew Smith.
To your point, that time they did elect to slow it up and slow this tempo down.
Subject back out to Harris, trying to get on track, misses on the three. Rebound taken down by Chase Whippen, gets it to his brother Kyle into the corner. Frock, there he is, misses on that three. He's closing in on 100 makes on the season. High dribble and hitting the sideline. Turnover on Norris Byrne. Turnover, West Virginia State. Bobcats leading by 8, under 10 to play here in the first half. Back to Wheeling for more of the Mountain East Conference Tournament presented by the Health Plan after this on the MEC Digital Network.
Everybody come clap your hands. Oh, don't you know when you dance, you've got to smile or you can't cry. Try it a while.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you? Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
9:18 remaining first half. 22-14 Frostburg lead. Well, addition this year to the Mountain East Conference tournaments. We've got review and challenges on the men's side. 1 challenge per head coach per game. If you win your challenge, you get a second. Must have a timeout remaining. And last touching, out of bounds, eligible. Called goaltending. It's called on the floor. You can have it reviewed. And if a call restricted arc plays, so the block charge in the old circle in there. And I know, Lynn, you're probably going back through your mind of about 15 calls you'd like to retro challenge here from your coaching career.
You know, if I was still coaching, I would always save them for late.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Nice addition, though. That's starting to catch on a little bit in Division II. We saw some leagues this year in Division II football. Challenges available. And just trying to get the calls right, but not slow the game. We certainly don't want to slow the game in the MEC because it's an up-and-down affair. Here, Simmons to the basket, takes contact, fouled by Smith, and scored.
His physical strength. He is so fast going north-south, and then he elevates, and he can absorb that contact, like right there. He just powers it through and has a chance to finish the old traditional three-point play. 7
points early for Trey Simmons. Lead is 10, and that shot is up and good. Simmons, again, the player of the year in the Mountain East Conference, newly minted, just named yesterday, and the release from the league. And he's a guy that probably is going to get some move-up looks in the offseason.
Yeah, I believe he can play at a much bigger level.
Here's Smith for 3, off the rim, no good. Kyle Whippen with the rebound. Rebounding, another key in this game. It's been a problem for State all season. -5 on the glass, and early on, Frostburg has the rebounding lead, and they've got Simmons right at rim level, and you're seeing his full game on display. Incredible explosiveness.
Yeah, that's not normal. That is not normal.
Step back 3, another quick shot, that one from Norris Byrne, and good job, though, to stay with it by Bryson Smith. And he'll lay it up and in. So he salvages what was a quick shot and a poor possession for West Virginia State.
Yeah, if you're State, you got to be careful here. You can't let this game get away from you.
Here's Whippen. Works it out to DJ Daniel. Back over to Simmons. Running the offense through the high post with the 6'9" graduate, Kyle Whippen. Now Whippen's going to drive it. Nice spin to the basket, lays it up, and a beautiful finish.
Yeah, they've just got so many weapons on the offensive end.
Kyle Whippen's got 7, so he and Simmons have combined for 17 already. There's a lefty fade up, no good from Jalen Subject. One and done on that trip. Daniel loses the ball. State attacks. Trey Harris to the basket, can't finish. Great job to wall up there, but a follow-up is good. And Bryson Smith again, just kind of hanging around the paint with another stick back.
Well, we saw that on the first couple possessions. They crashed the offensive glass and got rewarded, and now they pick up 2 more baskets doing that.
And Bryson Smith averages 4, and he's got 4. Here's Simmons from distance, and he's got 13. Second 3. Well, Trey Simmons early on proving the league coach is correct on naming him Offensive Player of the Year, as he's put on a show. Norris Byrne to the basket, couldn't get it. Daniel tips it out, and the rebound is won by Kyle Whippen. 14-point lead for Frostburg. And the Bobcats trying to rematch with Fairmont State. Noon on Friday in the quarterfinal round of the MEC men's tournament. Simmons gets it down to Kyle Whippen, and he blows by on that spin move. Norris Byrne, and Kyle Whippen's got 9.
He's been impressive. They can hurt you inside, and they definitely can hurt you from the perimeter.
16-point lead. Smith for 3, and he knocks it in. Just his 15th make of the season for Bryson Smith, the product from South Charleston High School.
Yeah, they're going to need to find somebody that can knock down a couple of those. They've got to stay connected here early.
And Whippen has it on the high post. Throws it out to DJ Daniel. Close in on 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Frostburg leading by 13. Whippen leads Simmons into the corner. Now he takes it down the lane and puts up a runner coming left to right, and the floater finds the bottom of the net for Trey Simmons.
For our viewers, if you haven't seen this kid play, he is special.
Tickets available at mountaineast.org in the next couple of days. 36-21. Jalen Subject step back, long three, and back-to-back threes for the Yellowjackets.
Yeah, there's some played with the dribble, created space, and buries it one from distance.
Here's Kyle Whippen, and he answers with a three. It's up and good. Make that Chase Whippen. That's his 13th three of the year.
You're allowed to confuse them if they have the same name.
That's right. All right, that one missed. Rebound taken down by Kyle Whippen. Gets it to Chase Whippen in the corner. Can Fada Frock join the party? He does. His 94th made three of the year. The freshman from Canton buries it. Brian Poore takes his second timeout of this first half as this lead is ballooned to 18. 42-24. Bobcats rolling here in the northern panhandle of West Virginia. The Mountain East Conference Tournament presented by the Health Plan continues on the MEC Digital Network.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
4:13 remaining here in the first half of play, 42-24. And Zach Thompson's done an outstanding job at Frostburg. Again, just on the tail end of his second season, took over a program, Lynn, that was in transition from Division III to Division II, coming into a new conference, and of course Zach came in on a couple years into that transition, but he has really built a nice roster here and definitely has the Bobcats head in the right direction.
State warming up from deep. That's three, I believe, in the last 4 or 5 possessions.
Yeah, that one, Blake Goodman hit that one. So Yellowjackets doing what they can here to try to keep Frostburg at arm's length. Maybe keep this around a double-digit 10-point deficit going into the locker room. Here's McCarty. Step back corner, didn't get the roll. Rebound put up by Chase Whippen, won't go. Tipped out the Jalen Subject. So a chance for the Yellowjackets again to continue to chip here. Here's Subject, blocked by Chris Meekin. Now the block was clean, but they got the freshman point guard, Benefrock, on the foul. His first foul, team second, will put Jalen Subject to the free throw line.
Yeah, when Subject gets deep with the ball, that's when you don't want to start cutting down the paint. Let him operate one-on-one, and he's going to find a way to score. He's very strong.
Subject's first one is up and good. Beaumont, Texas. I mentioned 2 Beaumont products. He and Norris Byrne found their way to Institute. Subject, by the way, of Lamar State, Corpus Christi, Point Arthur. Next one up and good. (42-29) lead trimmed to 13. State in a zone. 18 on the shot clock. DJ Daniel. Inside it goes to Kyle Whippen. Spins right, back left. Put it up short. Fouled by Jalen Subject. Well, Kyle Whippen had a counter to the counter that time.
Well, add a couple more counters to that. He had to counter to the counter to the counter to the counter. And that's a tough call because offensively at all levels, you even see it in the NBA, people are given so much liberty.
Yep.
You're now allowed to step through, which for the first 10 years of my coaching would have been a walk every single time. It's almost impossible to play one-on-one defense.
Now Kyle Whippen takes advantage, makes two. Lead back to 15. Here's Smith, deep three, but a long rebound to Bryson Smith. Gets it inside, and the shot is up and scored at the rim.
He is a man in the paint.
Simmons, back iron, no good. Rebound goes off the rim and out of bounds.
For as well as Frostburg has played, especially on the offensive end, State's a 3 away from making this a 10-point game again.
Yeah, 3 balls kept him in at 4-15 from beyond the arc. 36% from the floor for State, 57% for Frostburg. Goodman with the ball, checked back in, replacing Andrew Shull. Here's a jumper for 3, back iron. Missed, long rebound taken down on the miss for the Yellowjackets of West Virginia State. Simmons, crossover, blow by, slam dunk.
You just don't, at our level, you just don't see a lot of guards able to dunk on people in a half-court set.
Hey, he dunked on the 6'9" guy right there. Spin, shot good, Blake Goodman. A nice game off the bench. 7 points for Blake. Lead is 13, 125 remaining here in the first half of play. Hardy with it out to Daniel. To Kyle Whippen, crossed over, lost the ball. Bryson Smith with the steal. Kick, corner, open 3, hit it.
And there you go, back to a 10-point game. State's found a way to stay connected here.
46-36, lead down to 10. The Yellowjackets on a little run here with 43 seconds to play. McCarty has to save it from going out of bounds. Gets it up top to Chase Whippen. He'll attack, put it up short. Belknadar with the rebound.
Good interior defense there, elevating without fouling.
6 seconds.
Yes.
Yep.
Go ahead.
6 second differential. Game clock to shot clock. All right, Smith over to Trey Harris. Harris has been quiet, averages 17. He's got 2. He's on McCarty. 5 seconds. Lost the dribble. Right in the hands of DJ Daniel, and probably not a bad foul for the Yellowjackets as they bust up what would have been a layup for Chase Whippen at the other end.
Yeah, that's a lucky foul because I don't think he just stumbled, ran into the dribbler, but boy, it worked out in their favor.
Yeah, 15 fouls, so no damage done there for West Virginia State.
Only 7 fouls in the entire half here.
Simmons, step through, little contact, outlet pass up the floor on the miss, and that's the way the first half will come to a close. Frostburg Well, a nice 14-0 run in the midsection of the first half to open up the lead, but West Virginia State hanging in there as the 10-seed Yellowjackets trail by 10 here at halftime from Wheeling. Stay tuned. First half numbers and thoughts on this first half coming your way after we step out. The Mountain East Conference Tournament presented by the Health Plan continues after this on the MEC Digital Network.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Launch your healthcare career at West Liberty University. We offer health science degrees in programs like nursing, dental hygiene, speech pathology and audiology, medical lab science, pre-medicine, psychology, biomedical science, or the physician assistant program. Our faculty have the experience to prepare you for a rewarding future. There's never been a better time to prepare for a healthcare career, and there's no better place than West Liberty University. Find out more at westliberty.edu/healthcareers.
Oh, it reverts back to this. Got no internal clock. Halftime in Wheeling, 46-36, 10-point lead here for the Yellowjackets of West Virginia State. Coach Ellum, kind of thought that first 20 minutes we got a little of what we expected from this game. You know, this is a 7-10 matchup, so both these teams are going to have a couple of warts, and we saw that on display here in the first half. But tell you what, you have to be very impressed with Trey Simmons.
Well, Trey Simmons, and how many times can I say he's special during a broadcast, because he's demonstrated he's able to knock down the three. He's finished in traffic, and then he's dunked twice in a half-court set. I mean, the kid, he can just do a little bit of everything at a very, very high level.
Yeah, Simmons, the sophomore from the Avalon School there in Gaithersburg, 17 points at halftime, and very efficient. That's the other thing with him. Doesn't take a lot of bad shots. You know, doesn't force things, lets it come to him, and really works well in the framework of their offense. Has 13 points here at the break, and really impressed, too, with Kyle Whippen.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Whippen gets one-on-one coverage in the paint because of their perimeter shooters, and he's taken advantage of that. But getting one more thing about Simmons, I love what you said about he does it within the framework of the offense. He doesn't force things. And when you average almost 24 points a game at the college level, that is a lot of points. And he's not a volume shooter. You know, he's not shooting every time down the court.
Yep, no doubt about it. 17 points at halftime for Simmons, 13 for Kyle Whippen and 8 points for DJ Daniels. Daniel was big in that 14-0 run as he hit a pair of threes and at halftime has 8 points. Meanwhile, for West Virginia State, a couple of numbers in their favor in that first half. I talked rebounding. They got out rebounded by 19-18, but they held their own on the glass. I thought Bryson Smith did a very good job on the offensive glass, had a couple of stickbacks.
Well, that's what they needed to do. They came in this game, I believe, last in the MEC in three-point field goal shooting. So what is an antidote to that? If you're not knocking them down, go get them back. And they have gotten several putback opportunities.
Yeah, shooting 39% from the floor, and as you mentioned, Lynn, just 5 of 17 from beyond the arc, but some timely threes that helped race Lee was nearing 20, and West Virginia State was able to get it back to within 10 here at halftime as they were led in that first half of play by Jalen Subject with 11 points here at halftime. Well, the final the bracket is announced. Regional rankings released today. We'll run you through those when we come back. Halftime here, 10-point lead. Frostburg on top. The Mountain East tournament presented by the Health Plan continues on the MEC Digital Network.
I checked WTRF first, caught all the March Madness action live. Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if my bracket was facing the right way before filling it out. Don't be like me. Tune into the 7th Sports Zone for March Madness coverage all month long.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer country. Come, go wild.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The Health Plan. We are here for you.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Ten-point lead for Frostburg here at the break. Got the second half coming your way here in just a moment. Atlantic Regional Rankings released. This is release number 3, and this obviously is the final one, Coach, before the Sunday bracket reveal after all the conference tournaments are complete. The CIAA held their tournament already, and Fayetteville State, under the direction of Devin Hearn, the former West Liberty standout, who was at Bluefield State, made the tournament last year, and then those schools did the unusual flopping of coaches that doesn't happen often. But Devin, the Parkersburg native, has done an outstanding job with that program in his first year, 23-6. They're number 4, but Gannon is the top seed. I guess there was some question, would the West Liberty loss to Wheeling hurt them and cost them that number 2 seed with Fairmont State coming on strong? It did not. West Liberty maintains the number 2 seed. Fairmont's 3. 5 is Cal. IUP is 6. Virginia Union would be a second team from the CIAA. They're currently 7th. And securely on the bubble is the University of Charleston, who, of course, we'll see on Friday in this tournament.
Well, and that's the happiest people coming out of that CIAA tournament is Charleston. You know, the big fear all the time is somebody that's not their highest ranked team going to win a league and potentially take a bid. So MEC's looking good there.
Yeah, 3 would be great because for a while you just weren't sure who that third team was going to be. Concord looked good early on, kind of faded a little bit. Charleston has come on late in the season to get themselves in a potential at-large possibility if they don't win the tournament. Of course, they've got a big game with Glenville State coming up on Friday night at 8:30 here in Wheeling. Glenville's another team that was kind of on the fringe of the bubble coming down the stretch at the end of the year. But, Coach, the other aspect here for the men is you need to be watching the women's tournament as well, because there is a possibility that Gannon could be the top seed in the men and the women Atlantic region. That would automatically trigger a split region and would give either Fairmont State or West Liberty an opportunity to host at least 2 games.
Oh, and it's wonderful for the fan base more than anything that, you know, you're staying local. So if it's at West Liberty, the Fairmont people aren't making much of a drive. If it's at Fairmont, the West Liberty people aren't making much of a drive. And even if Charleston gets in, but they would be in the Gannon sitting here, they're going to go to Gannon. But the split, I actually like the split regional.
Well, there's some talk that this might become a permanent thing, right?
Yeah, that they've talked, because I was on the men's committee several years, and I can remember we went through those discussions. But as a former athletic director and administrator, I like the split regionals. It's really hard for some schools when you're hosting to host 8 teams, from hotel rooms to a million other things.
Shoot around time practice, shoot around times, the whole thing.
Yeah, so I like the split regional.
All right, so that's something to watch for our Mountain East Conference fans going into the weekend. Of course, the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference tournament is going on also this week. So a lot of our results here and a lot of their results throughout the state of Pennsylvania will determine what the brackets will look like coming up on Sunday night. 10-point lead for Frostburg at the break, 46-36. We've got an exciting second half coming your way after this timeout. The Mountain East Conference Tournament from Wheeling, presented by the Health Plan, continues on the MEC Digital Network. All right, ready for the second half of play. Again, winner of this game will match up with Fairmont State noon on Friday. As, again, Fairmont State had 2 competitive games with Frostburg, including one last week at the Joe Retton Arena in Fairmont. The Falcons, 2 easy victories over West Virginia State this season. So it should be a good tournament. You know, as we mentioned, Lynn, you know, I think probably even money. We'd see a Fairmont West Liberty final. I think that would certainly, after what we saw last year, would make the folks here in Wheeling very, very happy. And what a memorable championship game it was a year ago. But as we mentioned, we've got Glenville's playing well. Charleston also, they're now on the bubble for the NCAA tournament, so they've got a ton to play for. So it should be an exciting few days of basketball here in Wheeling. We invite you to join us either on the MEC Digital Network or preferably in person. All right. Trey Harris, like that, trying to get him involved early here in the second half. 17 points per game, and he has been an invisible man.
Yes, well, Frostburg went zone on that possession and actually trapped the wing out of it, and it led to a wide open skip and what should have been a layup there.
Here's Shull in the corner, buries it. Nice little curl there by the graduate player from Milton, West Virginia. And Andrew Shull, who averages 10 points a game, gets his first field goal. A single-digit deficit. Chase Whippen mid-lane, right block, shot up, line drive. Good defense there by Bryson Smith, and the freshman really coming on. He's got 7 points and a great defensive play there for the former Black Eagle from South Charleston.
Yeah, they elected to still play him one-on-one in the paint, and that time the defense got the best end of it.
Jalen Subject, leading scorer for State, into the corner, jumper for 3. That one no good, but the closeout by Chase Whippen, too aggressive, and knocks Blake Goodman to the floor. He's going to shoot 3 times.
You can see the kick out here and got up under him.
That's been a point of emphasis this year in college basketball. You got to allow guys to land.
Mm-hmm. Well, that point of emphasis really started in the NBA because they don't want to lose
right.
a mega star to a broken ankle. So it's a point of emphasis at all levels. But, you know, this is an 8-point game with a chance to make it 7. And it wasn't that long ago we were talking State's got to find some way to stay connected here. It's getting out of hand.
All right, Goodman connects on the second. He's got another one coming. This was an 18-point lead with 4:15 remaining in the first half. And Goodman whittles it down to 2 possessions.
Yeah, that's what I was talking. That was a little over 5 minutes ago.
Let's see what the Bobcats do here as they go back to work. Sladefrock over to Simmons. That's a pretty good start. Put the ball into Trey Simmons' hands. He steps back, forces that one, no good. Long rebound chased down by Trey Harris. Here come the Jackets.
Possession right there.
Spinning, right of the lane, into the corner. Step back 3, it's in. Knocked in by Goodman. 5 straight for Blake Goodman, and it's a 1-possession game. DJ Daniel has the ball taken away. Goodman again with it. Crosses over, attacks the 10, and 1.
Welcome to tournament basketball.
Where has Blake Goodman come from? Eastern Illinois transfer. And right now he's been a one-man wrecking crew. He's just put the Yellowjackets on his back.
Maybe the biggest thing that's happened in the last 6 minutes was Brian Poor's timeout after that 3, which made it an 18-point game. State has responded.
And Goodman has responded. He's got 14, make it 15 points now, and we're square at 46. An 18-point lead for the Bobcats has evaporated. Simmons spins into a double team, and he's fouled on the spin. It's going to be a floor foul called on Trey Harris, number 1 on Harris. First on State in the second half. Oh, they might get Simmons a little continuation here. And they are going to give him 2 shots. All right, let's take another look at this. seen more and more of that in college basketball. Again, it's become an offensive game.
Yes, it has.
Again, that is not a challengeable play. And 2 makes for Simmons. He's got 19. Lead back to Frostburg. So nice answer there by the Bobcats to push the lead back to 2.
Well, State's been able to force Frostburg to play in a half-court set.
Subject turns it over. Gives it right back to Frostburg. Frostburg from Frostburg, Maryland. If you're not familiar, it's about an hour outside of Morgantown, West Virginia on Interstate 68, just before you get to Cumberland, Maryland, on the way to Washington, D.C. Simmons for 3, knocks it in.
It's what you want. You want your studs to come up big when the game gets tight.
5 straight for Trey Simmons taking over. Now, a little 2-2-1, three-quarter court press. And attacking it, scoring it. Goodman going to go back to the line.
Well, when you get pressed, that's what you need to do. You have to attack it and create numbered situations for yourself.
Goodman ready to shoot his 4th free throw in the first 2 minutes and 54 seconds of this second half. Unfortunately, he's made just 3 of them. Here's a floating shot up and good for Chase Whippen as he spins back to his left and scores it. Good answer by Frostburg. They've taken the lead back to 5, and there's a turnover right underneath the basket. DJ Daniel. Coaches talk all the time about live ball turnovers. Well, there's nothing worse than live ball run underneath the opponent's basket. McCarty nearly got a steal. Driving in, losing the ball this time is Goodman. It rolls out of bounds, out to Frostburg.
One of the hardest things to do in basketball is contest shots at the rim in transition without fouling. And defender did a good job there of creating his own defensive angle and forced the guy to try to score over top of him.
So the Bobcats have responded, taking the lead back to 7 after we went tied at 46-46. Try to force it down to Kyle Whippen, poked away. Here's Bryson Smith, finds a trailer, going up, shot good for Subject.
Yeah, if you're going to foul Subject, you better foul him hard because he's going to finish through you.
13 for Jalen Subject inside. Kyle Whippen, one-handed catch as he fends off Subject and lays it up and in. 13 for Kyle Whippen now. Lead back to 7, and bowling through the lane is Trey Harris. Contact, no foul called. Harris gets it back. He gets knocked to the floor, and a whistle and a foul called as Brian Poore, assisting the official on that call, gets the stare down. Yeah, no foul called there, and Simmons almost hurt himself, and then Harris gets put on his wallet in mid-lane. That was on Zane McCarty.
Yeah, they easily could have got Simmons with the reach across from the dribble.
Smith shows, kicks it out. Goodman, pull up, 15-footer. That one left short. One-handed rebound. Subject has it slapped out. Quick hands by Simmons. Deflects it out of bounds. It will stay with West Virginia State. Well, the paint right now is not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of contact in there. And we noted they didn't call a lot of fouls in the first half. We like it, consistent. Here's Goodman, 3. Got it. Hello, Blake Goodman.
How many has he got in this half?
He's got 20 in the game, 13 coming here in the first 5 minutes. Lead is 4. Simmons pushes it over. Chase Whippen gets it to McCarty. Wild dribble, lost it, ball tip. Shaw picks it up mid-lane, throws it up ahead. There's Goodman streaking. Has his shot blocked, altered, but followed up by Subject. .57-55. Kyle Whippen, mid-lane. Double comes. Lost the ball, but Scholl gets the foul call, and he got the worst of that one, and Scholl got hit in the mouth, and that is something that can't be challenged, but they can look at, all right, during the timeout, which they will. 14:39 remaining second half. 2-point game. Back in a moment. The Mountain East Conference Tournament presented by the Health Plan continues on the MEC Digital Network.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you. We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you. Everybody come clap your hands. Oh, don't you know when you dance, you've got to smile or you can't cry. Try it a while.
One lucky winner will take home half the jackpot with the winning proceeds of the raffle supporting student athletes.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours.
And we'll give you another look here in a moment. So Andrew Scholl committed the foul, doubling over on Kyle Whippen. And Whippen, in retaliation or in reaction of his arm being grabbed, extended his elbow and caught Scholl in the chin with the elbow forearm. So this is going to be an interesting call here. The officials are now discussing. They've seen the angles, and we'll give you a look at it here at home as to what the officials saw. All right, so again, watch number 5 on the elbow and number 11. There's the contact with the back forearm and the elbow.
You know, the debate is it a basketball play or
exactly,
not?
yep.
They just called a two could shoot, and then it's going to be black ball in the backcourt with 30.
Okay. All right, so they are going to call a flagrant on Kyle Whippen. So Scholl will shoot 2, and then it'll be Frostburg's ball. So Scholl gets a foul, Whippen gets a foul out of that. And Scholl misses on the free throw. 81% shooter on the year. All right, now State ball, down by 1.
You know, a little over 10 minutes ago, this was an 18-point game, and State has a chance to take a lead here.
Yeah, State's largest lead, 4 points. And we'll get a whistle and a foul called on Christopher Meekin underneath. Last lead was 10-8, 15-minute mark.
Travis, I think the difference in this game, sometimes your best defense can be you produce on the offensive end because it's hard to run after made baskets. And State has scored a lot of points here since they went down 18, and it's forced Frostburg to play in a half-court set. And they're at their best when they're out running.
Yeah, Blake Goodman has certainly done his part to put the ball in the hole. He's got 22 points now, and again, 7 at halftime. State first lead since the first 5 minutes of this game. 58-57. I think they try to get Simmons a shot. Daniel cut off. Shot timer down to 10. Kyle Whippen poked away on a reach by Jalen Subject, but picked up by Daniel, but he's got to hoist it. Drives baseline, and it trickles off the back heel. Whippen falls to the floor trying to go after that loose ball, and West Virginia State with a big-time stop.
Yeah, there's some multiple guys going after that one hard, and State comes out with it.
Here's Smith. Backs in mid lane. Kicks it over. Goodman's feeling it. That one no good. Meekin chases down the loose ball for Frostburg. Hand off to Simmons. Simmons, straight line, drives it. Lays it up. No good off the back rim. Rebound out of bounds. And it is going to go off of Jalen Subject.
And you can see the difference there. That's the first stop Frostburg's got in a while, and it led to Simmons getting to the rim 3 seconds later.
Yeah, got there with a tough finish and just couldn't get it to go, but they get a fresh 20. Chase Whippen muscles his way in, reach-in foul called on Bryson Smith.
There are not many fouls in the first half.
He had 9 in the second half, 6 on Frostburg, so State's in the bonus on the next common foul. Kyle Whippen gets it to Trey Simmons, pulls up elbow right. Over to Kyle Whippen. Whippen spins it, cut off, out to Daniel, wide open 3. There you go, DJ Daniel got some breathing room and hits the first 3 of the second half for Frostburg.
Yeah, that's the first good look he's gotten since he had that run in the 14-0 blitz.
Backcourt, three-quarter court trap, and taking it to the basket. There's Trey Harris, and we've been waiting for that play from Trey Harris. Here he comes.
That's not an easy finish either.
Second foul on Chase Whippen, and the big 6'7" junior from Houston with his second field goal.
You know, we talked about how physical the game has gotten. I believe there was only 17 fouls in the first half, and that's the 10th one of this half.
Yeah, 7th on Frostburg, so State's officially in the bonus here for the final 12:45. Simmons spinning down the lane, finger roll layup. It is good. I mean, what do you do with him right there?
Yeah. He's actually pretty good defense. He's a freak athletically.
Lead goes back to Frostburg, 62-61. Jalen Subject with a down screen set, can't use it. Gets it to Trey Harris, he'll step back and hoist one, no good. Rebound taken down by DJ Daniel. Kyle Whippen streaks ahead. He goes for a dunk, and it is blocked by Trey Harris, but judging by Kyle Whippen's reaction, may have come in the face area.
That's why I wouldn't be a good official, because it looked like a tremendous block, but unless Whippen's being a pretty good actor, he must have got cracked in the head.
All right, Whippen at the line. First one up and off.
That's why the officials get paid the big bucks. They see things that we don't over here.
Well, it's funny how your opinion changes once you're not coaching anymore. It's a tough job. There's no question about it. And it's amazing how more often than not they get them right in real time.
I will defend myself and say I only got 7 technicals in 25 years.
Is that right? Only
years.
7.
7.
That's good. That's not bad. Here's a 3. Off the mark, no good. Long slap out on the rebound from Trey Harris, and he got all that one. It went all the way into the backcourt and out of bounds to Frostburg. So the Bobcats by 2 with the ball. McCarty's back in.
See if they can generate a Simmons look again.
Simmons, 9 of 16 from the floor. It's Daniel driving in, floating shot left it short. Jalen Subject with the rebound, gets it over to Bryson Smith. Smith wants to attack, looking for Shaw. Good denial there on the defensive play by Zane McCarty. His father, Tom McCarty, former player for Marshall University back in the early 90s. Here's a drive-in, rejection. Kyle Whippen blocks Trey Harris. They'll re-penetrate. Jalen Subject is going to be fouled going to the basket. Or no, actually ball out of bounds off of Frostburg, no foul. Subject peeled off the floor with 5 on the shot clock. Another look at the contact. 11:16 remaining in the second half. All right, Smith the trigger. Again, just 5 to shoot. And to Shaw, left wing. Pull up, deep 2. Got it. Off balance and knocked it in.
Pretty good defensive possession by Frostburg, and they still get scored on. That was a tremendous shot.
All square again at 63. A little weave action up top. DJ Daniel. Here's McCarty. Cut off by Shaw. Gets it to Trey Simmons. Simmons explodes the basket. Shot blocked by Harris. Ruled goaltending. Brian Poore could challenge this. And nope, he agrees with the call. No challenge.
Just such a quick crossover. And then he elevates on the crossover. It's almost impossible to block.
Simmons with 26 now. Lead back to Frostburg. Dump down to the block, to the basket on the turnaround. Trey Harris, just a tough night for him overall. Could not get that one to fall. DJ Daniel finds Chase Whippen. Cut off along the baseline. Now a double team, falling out of bounds. Throws it to an interception by Harris. Stolen by Simmons. Simmons going to be fouled on the floor. And coming up, limping, is Bryson Smith. So I think he got the foul, and he got the worst of it. All right, 5th foul on State. Free throws for Trey Simmons, 77% on the season from the line. 3 of 3 tonight, make it 4 of 4. All right, they'll get Bryson Smith out of the game. Like it might be an ankle issue. And Simmons rattles that one home. 28 for Simmons, 16 for Kyle Whippen, 13 for DJ Daniel. So the big 3 for Frostburg getting it done. They lead by 4.
Just really important for State here. They just got to stay again connected and get the game back down in the crunch time.
Shaw for 3, 5 straight for Andrew Shaw. And it is back to a 1-point game. 8th made 3 for West Virginia State. Chase Whippen bumping into Shaw at the other end. Pushes it out. McCarty catch and release 3. Too strong over the backboard. And out on the dead ball to West Virginia State. 9:39 to play. This is a heck of a start and a 7-10 matchup to this basketball week here in Wheeling. Don't go away. We're back in a moment to the West Banco Arena. MEC Tournament presented by the Health Plan on the MEC Digital Network.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The Health Plan, we are here for you.
Trying to find where you fit in the world can be challenging. But then there's a moment where it all comes together. And that moment happens at Point Park University. Career-focused programs converge with a vibrant downtown campus to prepare you for work and life. From experienced professors and internships to culture and job opportunities, you'll get the best of both worlds. Point Park University, where it all comes together.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Well, again, an 18-point first-half lead for Frostburg State. This second half, it's just been back and forth as the teams have exchanged a tie or the lead. Right now, Frostburg up 1, ball belonging to the Yellowjackets.
Contrast of halves. The first half was much more up and down, north-south to Frostburg's advantage, and this second half has been a slugfest. And
Blake Goodman, 22 points. That's a new season high for him in a Yellow Jacket uniform. Trey Harris into the corner. Goodman, 3. Left that one short. Rebound McCarty. Here comes Frostburg. Coach, you've mentioned Frostburg struggling in the half-court set here in this second half. What are you seeing?
Well, the ball has kind of died. You get a lot of isolation like we just saw on that play.
Right on cue.
And that eliminates the talent level a little bit.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there from the brothers Whippen.
And Whippen was getting the ball deeper. Both Whippens were getting the ball deeper in the first half. Now they're stepping off the block and trying to back their way down.
Hit the 9-minute mark here. State with the ball, down by 1. Trey Harris works it around to Goodman. Then Goodman, 22, new career high. Jalen Subject drives in, loses it along the baseline, out of bounds. The State misses an opportunity to retake the lead on the turnover, their 9th of the game. And here come the Bobcats up the floor. Kyle Whippen on the handoff to Daniel. Daniel, step back, deep 2, off the rim, no good. Big time battle for the rebounds. Just a couple of buckets. State leads by 2, and Simmons with a chance to tie the score.
You know, Goodman, State struggled to score early in the game, but Goodman has kind of put him on his back here in the second half.
And Simmons closing in on another 30-point night. McCarty checks out as Vada Frock will come back in. And Simmons, next one up and good. And that will give him a cool 30. Ties the score, 70-70. Shull dumps it high post, Jalen Subject. Harris comes and takes it. Overplay by Simmons. Shull, they attack with numbers. Harris down the lane, off glass in. Trey Harris gives State the lead back, 72-70. Here's Chase Whippen, blocked. Subject's got 3 fouls, and he got a clean block. Save down to Kyle Whippen. Whippen can't finish. Subject battling in there, risking that 4th foul, and it works out.
Frostburg had some point-blank opportunities there and just couldn't knock it down.
Crossover and a kick into the corner. Harris trying to get active here, and he's going to be fouled by Chase Whippen. That'll be number 3 on the graduate player from Arlington, Virginia. Team foul number 8.
You know, you talk Trey Simmons reached the 30-point mark. That's the 8th time this season that he scored 30 or more.
Now we've still got 6:24 left. You could get to 40 maybe. Trey Harris makes the first one. Next one, good. Matching the largest lead of the game for West Virginia State, 74-70. Frostburg made one of just their last 7. They have not made a field goal in the last 4 minutes, 25 seconds and counting. Kyle Whippen with it. Denies the handoff, drives in, takes matter in his own hands. Not only gets the bucket, but he draws the 4th foul on Jalen Subject in the process.
See, I like that because they had more movement on that possession. They had multiple guys moving, which gave him space to operate.
Yeah, a little eye candy there. And Kyle Whippen, after all the fakes, just takes matters into his own hands, scores his 17th point at the free throw line, and cuts that lead to 1. 74-73. Harris all the way to the basket, cut off, threw it away along the baseline, picked off by DJ Daniel. Daniel on the crossover, he dribbled it off his foot, but saves it from going out of bounds to Simmons. Simmons explodes, slams it.
His 3rd dunk.
In the half court from a guard.
Yes.
And this is not like open court dunks. This is 5-on-5 dunks. Chase Whippen to DJ Daniel, lays it up and good. Kind of got the ricochet and got it to fall, but he is going to get to the line and try to complete the play. 77-74, the Bobcats showing outstanding explosibility.
He was going for a dunk himself. The defender forced him to double pump that. But where has Frostburg scored on these last 2 possessions? Transition. Get a stop, and it's a numbers game.
Yeah, they're so good at making you pay, too, on live ball turnovers.
Yes.
DJ Daniel at the line. Free throw up, no good. Rebound, out of bounds. This could be challenged right here. Bryson Smith boxed out and believing that he was boxing off the Frostburg player that touched the last, but Brian Poore, he's an old school coach now.
Yep.
You know, trying to get used to this new school challenging stuff. Yeah, that one might have been an okay. Well, still, like you said, Lynn, it's early. 5:24. You hate to use one on that one, lose your challenge, and then one comes up later in the game. We just saw the review and the replay, and it was a good non-challenge.
Well, the coach comes out of me, and I say, always grab a rebound.
Yep.
Don't assume that it's going to be yours or theirs. If you can grab it, just grab it.
Whippen's second good. (78-74). There's a reach-in foul. So Frostburg, a little gamble there, tried to double team and set up a trap in the backcourt, but they did commit the foul, and that is the 9th. So this will be the last of the one-on-ones as West Virginia State's over the 10-team limit.
Do you like the rule change when they went to that? Instead of it just being one-on-one. You know, that was years ago.
Yeah.
But I actually like the women's
I do
side.
too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that we'll ever go to the quarters system in the men, but I would like to. Well, obviously you got to do it. You know, if you can't do the 5 without doing the quarters. But you know, to me, it just the women's games seem like they move quicker. You know what I mean? With the 10-minute quarters.
And the argument is, division or men's college basketball is about the only league left in the world that plays the halves.
Yep. All right, 2 makes for Bryson Smith. Cuts it back to a 2-point game. And we're going to have a holding foul called off the ball. And that was DJ Daniel trying to make a cut through. And that's double bonus time for DJ Daniel.
You know, with 5 minutes left, that's the foul that you just never want to commit, is the off-ball type. You got to make people earn points late in the game. And
yeah, particularly in that situation because Daniel was not cutting towards the basket. He was cutting back out to the wing.
Yeah, correct. That's a great point.
All right, Daniel with 18 points now. Lead is 4. Back and forth they go. Certainly has been a big game of runs here. Goodman. Pull up. And a freshman from Spring Mills has his shot blocked out of bounds. And the ball will belong to West Virginia State. When we come back, stretch run. 4:50 to play, a berth in the quarterfinals on the line. And Frostburg leads by 4. The Mountain East Conference Tournament presented by the Health Plan returns after this on the MEC Digital Network.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Visit Wheeling, West Virginia.
All right, 4:50 to play. 80-76. And Lynn Ullum, we've got history in the making right here. You're seeing it because we have our first challenge in MEC history.
Men's history. They had a few, didn't they have a challenge earlier today in the women's game?
Yeah, so the women's a little bit different. There's no challenges. There's just reviewable situations, and it's unlimited for the women. So you would have loved that, you know, because you could have stopped it every 5 minutes. Hey, take another look at that. So, yeah, so the challenge setup is the men only. The women have reviewable or correctable plays. And what is in question here is the ball going out of bounds. It was ruled off of Frostburg, but we have a pretty good definitive look at it. We'll show you here in a moment. And it did look like it might have been Blake Goodman who came over and touched it last. But they're not going to overturn it. Now, again, this is a situation where, you know, you hear it 1,000 times on Sundays. It has to be 100% conclusive. If not, you stay with the call on the court. The call on the court was off of Frostburg. So, for history's sake, Zach Thompson becomes the first coach to ever lose a challenge in the MEC.
There you go.
Well, you'll know the answer in your MEC Trivial Pursuit game in about 20 years. Yep, also cost a timeout. So he's out of timeouts, or out of challenges here. Got a couple of timeouts left. Here's a spin down the lane and a foul called. Trey Harris going to get to the line. Well, Lynn, the way this has gone, this last 4:41, this game might be decided at the free throw line.
Well, it's been such a physical game in this second half, and you know that's 20-some fouls they've called in this half. And
yeah, State has not missed a ton of free throws. As you see, Daniel got a lot of ball there, but you know, in a tight game, even that 5th and now 6th miss amplified. All right, so empty possession for State. That trip. Reverse by Kyle Whippen, and he's fouled. Stop the clock with 4:29. Fourth foul on Trey Harris, and now Brian Poors juggling couple of guards with 4 fouls. Jalen Subject and Trey Harris. And there's an air ball from Kyle Whippen. And Kyle's wondering who opened the garage door down there.
That's funny.
Got a little breeze in here. He'll put enough on that one to get it up and through. And when you airball free throw, you got to blame something, right?
Maybe the most crucial possession of the day for West Virginia State.
Absolutely. Yep. 81-76. Shull crosses over and kicks. Belknadar, he has not shot much. That ends up into being a nice assist down to Trey Harris. Lays it up and in. Makes it a 1-possession lead. Under 4 to play. Daniel takes it right to the basket, beats Belknadar, lays it in.
It's just so fast.
Daniel with 20. Simmons with 32. Lead is 5. Harris over. Chase Whippen missed that one. Rebound taken down by the Bobcats. 3:30 to play. Chance right here for Frostburg to extend it out to a 3-possession lead. Coming down the stretch, Simmons takes the handoff, bounces it down to Whippen. Whippen lost it, tips it to DJ Daniel. 3 no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Daniel, the shooter. That is going to be an offensive foul as he lowered the shoulder, and DJ Daniel whistled on that one, his first.
Yeah, that might be the easiest call of the day. Extended the arm.
All right, 3:12 remaining. And a timeout on the floor. This will be the under 5 media timeout. 83-78. Hold it here a second. See if the officials are going to grant the timeout. I think they're discussing whether or not that timeout came on the challenge. Yep. We're playing basketball. All right, 3:12 to play. All right, stay it up the floor.
Chance for State to make it a 1-possession game again.
Shull gives it up top. Gets it back, right wing, front lip. Rebound, foul. Bryson Smith got the rebound. They call him on a push under there. Yeah, a little bit of a push into the back of Chase Whippen. 3rd foul on Bryson Smith. Or I should say Kyle Whippen, and Kyle will be at the line.
This has been a great game for a 10-7 game.
First one's up and good. So Kyle Whippen, 21 points, now 22, 7 boards. And the lead extended to 7. 85-78. Must-score possession for the Yellowjackets, and they throw it away. Pass to Smith, picked off. Chase Whippen in the open court. Layup, good.
There's your live ball turnovers that you were referencing.
12th turnover on the night for the Yellowjackets. Pull-up jumper, Goodman, 15-footer, no good. Cleared off by Kyle Whippen. And Simmons drives, kicks, corner wide open. Vida Frock can't finish from 3. Chase Whippen right back to Mitch. He'll try again. He can't believe his luck. It rims all the way through and out. Here's Trey Harris, attacks the other end, leaves it short. Stuck up and in by Jalen Subject.
Still time, just turned under 2.
7-point game. 1:50 to play. Both squads, 2 timeouts remaining. Arrow in favor of Frostburg on the tie-up. Simmons, oh yeah. Now Trey Harris stuck his hand in there and could not get it out. And he picks up his 5th personal foul.
Well, what's frustrating about that play, if you're Coach Poor, is the official just told Harris, get your arms off of me.
Yeah, he put it in deeper.
Yes, as soon as he put it on the floor.
All right, Trey Harris, the junior, will head to the bench after being disqualified on fouls. 13 points for Harris on 5 of 15 from the floor. And newsflash, Simmons misses a free throw. Not missed much of anything tonight. 34 points. And that was his first miss in 8 attempts. 35 now for the Offensive Player of the Year in the Mountain East Conference. 88-80, 135 to play. Shaw turns, fires a 3. Rebound taken by Kyle Whippen, and the Bobcats now with a chance to really take control. McCarty with it, 125 to play. Sends the ball to Simmons, now being guarded by Bryson Smith. Shot clock at 10, and again, State fouls him 40 feet from the cylinder. And that'll foul Bryson Smith out of the game.
It's just the shot clock was down so late, you just don't want to make that foul there.
Plus, with Simmons' ability to get by you, you want to play off him a little bit, particularly 40 feet.
Or even try to get the ball out of his hands, maybe
1-11
left, down 8, just run a trap and make you get rid of it. Of course, we're not out there guarding him either.
Well, that's true, yeah. You imagine what that looked like.
Yeah.
All right, 36 for Simmons. Mentioned he might get to 40 earlier. Said it kind of tongue-in-cheek, but misses another free throw. 2 for his last 4. Here's the ball deflected. Deflected again, and look out. We're okay. We're okay, thank you. Blake Goodman.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're falling apart over here. Oh, well, and we have the ball.
Thank you.
So there you go.
You have to give the ball back, Travis.
Yeah, exactly. Heck with a monitor. We're worried about the ball. All right, McCarty will inbound it. Gets the ball into Simmons. 1 minute. 3-possession game. 89-80. Simmons again will hold it. And now they'll wait until he gives it up, and they'll foul Kyle Whippen with 48 seconds remaining.
As soon as we were talking about you trying to play defense, you stole the ball.
Yeah.
You wanted to play offense.
And you ended up with Goodman in your lap.
Yeah.
All right, Whippen's free throw up and good. Well, give West Virginia State a ton of credit in this game, Lynn. Went down by 18, season they've had and all the adversity, heartbreak. They didn't quit, came all the way back and took a 4-point lead in the second half.
Yeah, they easily could have shut it down.
All right, Subject for 3, got it. 20 points for Jalen Subject, wrapping up his junior campaign. 39 seconds to play. Well, that magic number is going to hold up again. Frostburg, when they hold the opponents under 90 points, they usually win a basketball game. Walk to the other end. 38 seconds to play. So we can pencil in a Fairmont State-Frostburg rematch. And for Fairmont's side of things, Lynn, that'll be back-to-back matchups against the team, which you don't get rare. Or that is rare. You don't see a lot.
And I don't think either coach likes that. You just don't want to play a team twice in 3 games.
Yeah, that was a 92-78 Fairmont State victory this past Saturday. first meeting between the teams was 101-84 in Frostburg. Steele, Daniel, slam dunk, little exclamation point for Daniel. 7 dunks for Frostburg's 1 and 2 guard in this game. All right, Daniel with 22 now.
Fun game to call, though.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. As we said, anticipated a lot of up and down, and boy, Trey Simmons, good as advertised. Shot missed, rebound State, down to 15 seconds as Belkvidar takes that one, missed it, rebound stick back. Goodman with a career high, and he's not quitting. He'll get himself to the line, 24 points and a chance to shoot 2 more. 9 seconds remaining.
Here's the downfall to dunking. Daniel's holding his wrist after that last dunk.
Yeah, again, something we wouldn't know anything about.
Yeah.
All right, free throw good for Goodman. He's got 1 more coming. Can cap off a nice 26-point night, and does with 9 seconds to play. And that'll do it. McCarty takes it. Time comes off the clock, and Frostburg with a hard-fought, well-earned victory to move to 15-14 on the season. And they will get the number 2 seed, Fairmont State, the defending MEC Conference Tournament champions, coming up on Friday at noon. You can watch that one on the MEC Digital Network and on Metro News Television. What a game from Trey Simmons. 36 points, Kyle Whippen 25, DJ Daniel with 20. And Frostburg, as we talked, they can score it, and it starts with their outstanding sophomore, and he is definitely something to watch.
Yeah, again, I said if you haven't seen him play, you're in for a treat because he can hurt you in a lot of ways, and they were all on display tonight.
Enjoyed it, Coach. Enjoy your time here in Wheeling at the Mountain
Yes,
East Conference
absolutely.
Tournament. All right, great basketball. And win tonight for Frostburg. The 7 seed advances over the 10 seed West Virginia State, 93-85. We invite you to come back and join us 8:30 tonight for our final game. Jack Withrow and Daniel Woods will have the call on the MEC Digital Network. It'll be the 8-9 game as Davis and Elkins, the Senators from Elkins, West Virginia, will take on the Pioneers of Point Park from Pittsburgh, coming up at 8:30 tonight here on the MEC Digital Network. For the crew here in Wheeling, for Coach Lynn Ullum, Travis Jones, thanking you for listening and watching the Mountain East Conference Tournament presented by the Health Plan on the MEC